everyone! Today we're going to be talking about why it can be so hard to reveal our insecurities to other people and feel free inside ourselves to be exactly who we are. I recently made a video about Nancy and myself, and more than it being just about guide dogs and how they affect you mentally and emotionally, it was about our insecurities and how we can overcome them. If you think of that one thing that you're insecure about, imagine now that you have to wear a t-shirt or have it plastered across your head or have something that comes before you telling everyone about that insecurity. That was how I felt about getting a guide dog. My insecurity, as I've mentioned in previous videos, is that I have a sight condition, and it's something that I've tried to hide throughout my life, as I mentioned in that previous video. If you haven't seen it yet, please give it a watch because it'll make much more sense what I'm talking about today. All of a sudden, I had this thing that, no matter how cute it was this sign to me that everyone would know now about my insecurity. The secret was out and there was nothing I could do. Honestly, I think that's a huge thing for anyone, and it entails many more emotions than people let on. That's something, obviously, that I have many stories about, and I can tell you more about it in depth in future videos. However, today I want to focus on why it's so hard to come out to other people about our insecurities. What is it that makes us so unsure, so shy, so scared to be exactly who we are? I think when you boil it down, it comes down to a few major factors that are the main causes for why we feel unsure about sharing who we are. Of course, the first and probably the most obvious one of these is judgment. People saying negative things to us about the parts of ourselves which we already don't feel great about. I think this is something that we all shy away from because, in a way, it makes us feel cheated. People can make us out to be something or someone that we're completely not, and we don't feel like there's anything we can do about it. Judgment can very often come in two extreme forms, which are both equally damaging in their own special ways. Either people can belittle your situation, say you're making too much of a big deal of things or it's all in your head. This comes along with things like anxiety and worrying about how you look. People think you just need to get over it. This can leave you feeling very helpless and isolated and like nobody really cares, they'd just rather you shut up. Conversely, on the other side of the spectrum, we fear being judged because people inflate our issues. If we tell them something about ourselves, they may think that that just makes us an invalid human being, like all of a sudden we can't do anything. This can equally make people feel just as helpless, as all of a sudden they feel like they can't contribute to society and don't know their place in life. It's easy to believe people who say you can't do things, and that just makes you feel awful about yourself. I think there's a common thread in all of this, and I think it's the one major reason which a lot of us keep quiet about certain parts of ourselves and our insecurities. And that's misunderstanding. Most often the reasons for negative judgments, people inflating or belittling, is simply through a lack of understanding. I recently read an article which said our greatest human emotional need is our need to be understood, even over our need to be loved, which, if you think about it, makes total sense. Right from the word go, when we're a tiny baby, we are trying to be understood. If you watch a toddler trying to learn how to speak, they just want to be understood. We carry that through our lives, and our fear of not being understood, of not having that most important emotional need met, is the very thing that stops us communicating these small things about ourselves that we'd love to share with people, but feel that they won't understand. Sometimes when we do open up and we do put ourselves out there to be vulnerable and people don't understand, it confirms those worst fears. It teaches us we were right all along. Nobody's gonna get it, and we're all alone in this battle. There's no point in opening up again, and sometimes we choose to just not even try. However, I believe that if we let that negative feeling get the better of us, if we are adamant that nobody can understand us, how are we giving anybody an opportunity to? Just because one person couldn't, it doesn't mean the rest of the world won't be able to. In other words, if we truly, desperately want people to understand us, we have to give them the invitation to understand us. We need to do as much as possible from our side to help other people understand. That's mutually beneficial to everyone. That's the productive side, the positive side. The thing that's going to get us the closest to meeting our human emotional need, the one need that we need more than anything else. With that in mind, my question for you today is, how can we create better understanding between people? Instead of just thinking it's impossible, let's think how we can achieve it. Please do leave me comments below with your suggestions. As a motivational speaker, one of my main priorities is to help people understand. So if there are any ways that I haven't already thought of, let's talk about that. Let's start a discussion. I'd really love to know what you think. Of course, you know the drill, guys. Like, comment and subscribe to this video and enjoy your day as though it were a party bag full of all your favourite goodies. Look after yourself and I'll speak to you very soon. Bye! Hello. Hello. Nancy's here to say hello. I've got a baby. Hi everyone, and today, today we're going to be talking about people saying negative things at hair fiddling. Look after yourselves, take care. That's the same thing.